What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the Online Jamily? JamiroFan2000, the beard of wisdom of the Online Jamily, with yet another episode of the Jamiroquai Minute. All the latest Jamiroquai news, and as previously discussed this week, last week of April of 2025, I just recently released my 12th consecutive Jamiditorial, but now I have a plan on what my 13th Jamiditorial release is going to be on my current standing project, and it's going to be a little bit of a deep dive looking back at my stories from the Automaton album era. So let's get into more news about that.
Hi, this is Stuart Zender, and you're watching the Jamiroquai Minute with JamiroFan2000.
In further Jamiditorial release news, I had to record Jamiroquai Minute to note, as previously discussed here, almost ad nauseum here on the Jamiroquai Minute, I have been keeping myself very, very busy with this current Jamiditorial, or should I say op-ed series, looking back at some red hot button topics with the Online Jamily over the last 30 years of their musical and influential making. Well, I'm happy to announce in this episode of the Jamiroquai Minute that my 13th Jamiditorial release will be coming out very, very soon, between the months of May to June of 2025, depending on my composition period, or if I have the free time to write it. This is going to be a bit of a special Jamiditorial release, or my 13th release of this current series, and it's going to be titled My Stories from the Automaton, 2016 through 2020. And it's going to be a collection of some of the stories I remember that happened to me during my time covering Jamiroquai's 8th album era between 2016 to 2020. And during my time, like I said, I've recorded so many videos here on my channel, it's hard to recount them over the last 9 years of content creation I've been doing covering this last album era of Jamiroquai. But there's some pretty amazing stories I decided to transcribe, at least from my point of view, from many different stories, ranging from finding the track list from Automaton early on before the album being released back in late 2016 to many, many other related stories. But I promise that this Jamiditorial release will be very interesting, at least for some of the people who haven't had the luxury of watching my videos with frequency over the last 9 years on YouTube, or watching a lot of my posts on Instagram. And this is sort of going to be a little bit of a refresher course, looking back at some of my stories that I've accrued over my time covering this amazing Futura Funk era of Jamiroquai and their 8th album era of Automaton. And like I said, that release, I don't have a set amount of pages for this new 13th Jamiditorial release I have planned, but it's going to be a bit extensive. I'm shooting for maybe 10 to 20 pages for this Jamiditorial release, but I thought I'd announce it here in an episode of the Jamiroquai Minute. So keep your eyes on my Instagram at instagram.com/@JamiroFan2000 for further details and further announcements of this sure to be very interesting Jamiditorial release to be coming out in the next 2 months as we go into the summer of 2025. But as always, this is JamiroFan2000. Thank you again all for the support, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related videos here on the JamiroFan2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye everybody, take care, and I'll see you around.